If you were to walk into a gym and see a crazy workout like this written up, where you're supposed to do 1,000 push-ups for time, what would your reaction be? Would you immediately feel defeated? Would you immediately feel weak? Feel like you couldn't get through it because you can't do a single push-up, much less 1,000 push-ups? Would you just give up? But what if we can turn that into this? Yes. All right, and here's how we're gonna do that. I'm gonna break down the fundamental steps and progressions to make it happen. And if you follow these, it might take some time, but if you stay consistent with actually working on it, you will get your push-up. It's not too late to get your push-up, you guys, and to get it looking good. So without further ado, let's do this. Step one, we're gonna start doing incline push-ups. Not starting with push-ups on our knees, which do have a place, and I'm gonna explain that in just a second. But what I want you to do first is start working from an incline and working our way down. By putting yourself up in an incline, you're still able to get into that classic push-up or plank position so you can work on squeezing your legs, squeezing your butt, squeezing your core, more than if we were to start by doing AKA girly knee push-ups. I don't know why they're called girl push-ups, just push-ups on your knees. So for an incline push-up, you can start as high as you want. You can even start doing these on a counter or even up against the wall. But you're gonna grab a box, you're gonna put your hands down, feet back, and I'm going to lower my chest down in between my palms and up. This is gonna help you teach the motion that your body is supposed to go in so that your chest is going between your hands and not your nose, so your body stays nice and tight and nice and straight. Working on that full range of motion. If you're not able to come all the way down, then find something to help raise yourself up even higher until you are able to knock out about 10 to 12 push-ups with that full range of motion. And as you get stronger and you're able to knock out more and more reps, then you're able to lower down that box, bam, so that now you're taking your body closer down to the floor. You're getting closer to that real push-up that we're going after. So you're gonna put our hands down, walk it back, tight booty, tight legs, feet together, hands right under our shoulders, chest between our thumbs, and up and down. And then as you get even closer, you can even start doing these on yoga blocks, you can do them on a stair, whatever it is, until you are eventually on the ground. Okay, so I mentioned doing push-ups on your knees, and they do have their place. And here's why I like doing push-ups on your knees, because it helps to master your hand and your arm position. When we were younger, at least for me, I learned how to do push-ups this way. My elbows were super far out, my hands were wider than my shoulders, and why they taught that, I really don't know. That can put a ton of stress on your shoulders, and it's also an inefficient way for creating power and strength. If I were to ask you to push something, let's say I wanted you to push this box, you're not gonna do it in this position, right? You're gonna keep your hands close to your body so you can push it away from you, because that's where your power and your strength comes from. It comes from your core. So why are we trying to do push-ups with these super wide arms? We're gonna stop that today. And so by doing your push-ups on your knees, it's gonna help conquer that. And here's what I mean. Okay, by doing my push-ups on my knees, I'm still able to make sure I'm bringing my core in, squeezing my butt in, not doing a tabletop position. I'm gonna keep my hips under, and then I'm gonna put my hands right under my shoulders. We don't want our hands out here, we want them right under our shoulders, and then we want our elbows to come to about a 45-degree angle, not 90-degree angle. So just like on that box where I'm bringing my chest to my thumbs, same idea here. The chest down and up. If you're not able to go all the way down to the ground, what I love suggesting is grabbing a tennis ball or a foam roller or a toilet paper roll to give yourself a target so that you're still aiming for what you think that you're able to do. Like if you're going from here, start trying to practice going to a target so that you can start increasing your range of motion and going a little bit more in depth. In fact, we have tennis balls all over our studio. I can put it between my thumbs. So now I'm able to bring my chest to the ball and back up. Now notice my hips are coming along with my upper body. So I'm not keeping my hips back and just lowering down this way, putting a lot of stress on the shoulders. Bring the hips down with you. After that, we're gonna start doing push-up negatives. Negatives are focusing on the eccentric part of an exercise, the lengthening of an exercise, is really, really beneficial at creating stability and creating overall strength and building muscle. So what that means is we're gonna slow the movement down. That's what a negative is. So we're not gonna worry about pushing up from the push-up. We're just gonna worry about the speed it takes us to lower down. So what I would want you to do is go in this plank position, and we're gonna lower down nice and slow as you can, all the way down. And then you can push up to your knees and get back right up to the top of a plank position and repeat. And you might find that sticky position where you're able to control, and just collapse. And that's okay, but I want you to focus on trying to improve that with each round. One thing that I think is super important is to realize that these progressions aren't gonna have you doing a push-up next week. It does take time, it takes practice, it takes consistent practice, but you will get there. As far as how often to do these kind of things, I would practice 4 to 5 times a week working on your push-ups, doing 3 sets of 10 of these negatives, working up to where you can do 20 push-ups on the box before lowering it down to something smaller. If you have a band, I'm gonna show you another option to help you focus on keeping a tight body, but also to help give a little bit of extra assistance. So let me go grab a band. I will be right back. This is just a generic band. They're like $2.99 on Amazon. I'm gonna put it right below my elbows and bring it apart. Now from here, I'm gonna put it in that position that we've been talking about and step it back. And this is gonna give me a little bit more stability, a little bit of assistance in pushing it up because it's helping provide support into my triceps. So down, up. Some people really like this move, some people don't, but it's worth a shot to see if it helps with you and where you are with your push-ups right now. The next thing I really want to stress is the importance of balance training. So if you're working on your push-up, I do recommend making sure that you're also working in your back exercises. Anytime that you're working your front portion of your body, you need to make sure that you're working your posterior or your back portion of your body as well to keep yourself in a balanced state to help prevent injury, but also to help faster results. But mostly because we want to make sure that you're not going to get tweaked along the way. So make sure if you're really focusing on your push-ups lately, that you're also focusing on your rows, working on assisted pull-ups or bent over rows, upright rows, lateral pull downs. Those kind of exercises are going to help with the stability muscles and also help with the antagonistic muscles or the opposite, opposing muscles that you're working when you are doing a push-up. Don't neglect the rest of your body if you're working on your push-up. The last thing that I want to talk about is doing accessory work. Other exercises that can help with this overall goal of doing push-ups. So doing things like tricep presses or dumbbell pullovers, or chest press or bench flies, or chest flies, where you're working those muscles that are really, really important for getting a push-up. Those are only gonna help make you stronger and help you get faster results. So adding those into your main workout is definitely not gonna hurt you. It's only gonna make you stronger and hit your results in the long run. So there's nothing wrong with focusing on other exercises that will help you eventually work towards the push-up as well. And if you have questions, let me know. If you want to get your push-up, you're like dead set on this, but you have a hard time figuring out programming and figuring out exactly what it is that you're supposed to do, go over to fitwomensweekly.com. You can try out Fit Women's Weekly Live, which is our online training studio. And while we're doing group classes over there, we keep our studio super small so that we know what kind of goals our clients are working for. And we make sure to tailor workouts around the goals that you have. So it can only help you. It's gonna help you get that push-up sooner, and so that you can see a workout that includes push-ups, and instead of going, oh my God, you say, yes, I got this. All right, you guys, make sure you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have questions about your push-ups, let me know. If you hate push-ups, explain down below. Personally, I love them, but that's because I can do them, right? We tend to hate things we're not good at and love things that we are good at. So until next time, go practice those push-ups. Let me know which progression helps you the most, and I'll be back next week.